Is there any doubts with respect to the day one, sir? For
No,
everyone,
No,
for
sir.
everyone, I'm asking.
no.
No? Sounds good. 1 minute. Let me share my screen and then we'll start. Let me know once you are able to see the screen. Guys, are you able to see the screen?
Yes,
Yeah, perfect.
yes, sir.
Perfect. So you people are telling that there is no doubt in understanding your master data under the manufacturing process or under the production planning control, material master, bill of material, work center, routing, production version. So no doubts, correct?
Yeah.
Suppose if you are going to see the same this master data manufacturing wise. So I told you that we have three different types of manufacturing process. One is discrete manufacturing or shop floor control. Another one is repetitive manufacturing process. And the third one is the production planning process industries. So let me take manufacturing wise. So shop floor control or discrete manufacturing, process. Okay. So if you see here, so master data for this, like I'm naming it as master data. Your material master, bill of material, work center, routing, and production version will be there in your discrete manufacturing process. So there won't be any change. But if you see, sir, under ECC, like let me make it as a note point here.
Sorry to interrupt, sir.
Yeah,
So
please,
can
sir.
you just highlight on this production version, sir, what it is? Also?
Yes, sir. Like I'm making a note point here.
Okay.
So I'm making a note point. So a small note point. Production version is optional in SFC under SAP ECC, sir. Under SAP ECC. But in SAP S4 HANA, it is mandatory. It is mandatory across three types of manufacturing, whether it is a discrete manufacturing or a repetitive manufacturing or production planning process industries, doesn't matter. It is mandatory across all industries. Why means I will tell you, sir. Why means I'll tell you right now. Just remember this point. Production version is optional for shop floor control under ECC. But if you are going to execute same discrete manufacturing process in SAP S4 HANA, then it is not an optional, sir. It is a mandatory, okay, across your three types of manufacturing process. Now, if you see, what is the master data required in repetitive manufacturing process? What is master data in repetitive manufacturing process? So here, two elements are going to get changed and one new element is going to get added here, sir. So what is that means? Your routing, sir, your routing is going to get changed. So it will be called as a rate routing, sir, not routing. And if you see the production version is mandatory in the repetitive manufacturing process. Okay. It is mandatory in REM process. So after this, what is an extra element means product cost collector. This is one of the extra element in repetitive manufacturing process, only in repetitive. So this is an extra element in the repetitive manufacturing process. So if you are going to see, okay, let me change the routing as well. So it will be a rate routing, sir, not a routing, a rate routing. So what is the difference between the rate routing and routing means? Both will come under the category of task list type only, which will do the same type of job, like how your routing is working. In similar way, your rate routing is also going to work. But for the repetitive manufacturing process, we are going to use a rate routing here. Now coming to the Production planning process industries. So what type of master data we have in the production planning process industries? So if you see the master data for PPPI, so we have like a material master, which is common. Material master, and the BOM is also common. But here we have the resource in the place of work center. We have the resource, and like if you see, instead of rate routing, we have the master recipe. Master recipe we have, and the next production version here also mandatory, sir. Production version, so mandatory here. So these are the different types of master data we have across three types of manufacturing process. So we will see now the transactional data, sir. Like once you are done with the master data, what is the leftover here? We have the transactional data. So like if you take the discrete manufacturing process, okay, if you take the discrete manufacturing process, so under the discrete manufacturing process, what is the transactional data means? We have the planned order, and we have production order as well. Okay, now if you see the transactional data under REM process, we have only planned order, sir. Only planned order. A small note point, there is no concept of either production order or process order. Next, here under the PPPI, we have planned order and we have process order. So we don't have production order here, sir. A small note point, you can observe this. We don't have production order in the PPPI. At the same time, we don't have production process order in the discrete manufacturing process as well, sir. So if you take here a small note point, we don't have process order in the SHC, sir. Okay. So you people are very clear with what is master data and what is transactional data as well. But in case if you don't have the like master data is there and you have the transactional data is there, but how you are going to decide how much quantity you have to manufacture? How much quantity? Why? Because you have everything, but you don't know for how much quantity you want to manufacture or for whom you have to manufacture, and you don't know the demand. Then is it possible for me blindly to start my manufacturing process? Blindly to start my manufacturing process, is it possible, guys?
No.
No, blindly we can't start the manufacturing process. So if you see our module name itself, production planning and control module, and if you see that is under the ECC, even if you see under the S4HANA also, manufacturing and line item they are telling, sorry, manufacturing and planning. So you are going to plan, you are going to plan. So without planning, it's not possible to start your manufacturing process, correct? It's not possible. So in between, like if you see, like, let me take a notepad here. So PPC, most of the people will call it as a PP, but it's wrong. PPC, first P will stand for production, and second P will stands for planning, and C it will stands for control. So if you see clearly, like each and every letter representing the process which is required for your manufacturing process. Correct, guys? Am I correct? Alright, don't
Yeah.
sit silence here. Speak
Yes.
something. So, you know, what is production now? Why? Because you have the master data and you have the transactional data to make the process. To make the process, or else to start your manufacturing process, whatever the resources required, that resources you have arranged from the material perspective, from the bill of material, from the work center, and from routing perspective, you have arranged everything. And once you start creating the orders, order will get copied your master data. But in the order, I have to give the quantity. How much quantity? Suppose if you go and telling to your restaurant packing guy, or like the person who is taking your parcels orders, you are going and telling that you want biryani, but how many biryanis you required? How many biryanis required? You have to tell that quantity, correct? Na? Without specifying the quantity, he can't pack your biryani parcels. At the same time, without planning, you won't visit the restaurant. Like how many people are there in home? How many biryanis required for us to serve in the home? Am I correct, sir, with these 2 points?
Yes.
So you required both. You required how much quantity and how much you have to manufacture or how much you want to order. So for this purpose only, SAP has given for us to plan how you are going to plan. Means we have different we have consumption based planning, sir. This is one of the planning, consumption based planning. So if you see here, this consumption based planning name itself indicating that consumption means your previous history, how much you have consumed or how much you have withdrawn or how much you have taken, correct?
Yeah.
Ah, depending on this, depending on your consumption, we are going to plan your future requirements. So your future requirements are going to be determined with the help of the consumption based planning. And there is one more planning called sales and operation planning, boss. Sales and operation planning. So like if you see, your sales team will give the data to the operation team. So depending on the history of your sales, you can plan for your future. Like you can determine your requirements, correct? Am I correct, sir? Here we can determine
Yes, sir.
requirements. Forget about SAP, sir. In general language, I am telling. Forget about SAP. We will take a deep dive into the SAP as well, just to make you understand what we are doing in the PPC module. I'm making it very, very clear, sir, before starting our practical execution. Okay. Before starting our practical execution, I'm making it very clear, sir. So if you see here, what I am telling, your requirements, how is we are going to determine. Another thing is like long-term planning, sir. So we have one more planning called long-term planning. Means in a year, how many weeks we have, sir? In a year, we have 53 weeks, correct? 53 weeks. Suppose if you are planning for 8 weeks, in SAP terminology, I'm telling, it is called as short-term planning, sir. It will be called as short-term planning. If suppose if you are planning for more than 8 weeks, then it will come under long-term planning, sir. So these are the different planning tools which we have within the ECC, sir. Within the ECC, apart from this, we have some advanced tools also, like APO, advanced planning and optimization, APO, and we have one more tool called IBP, integrated business planning, sir. So these are the two tools which are there to plan your complete logistics, like from sales to manufacturing and to law, from procurement, everything, sir. We are going to plan in the IBP itself. So it depends on your client requirement, whether they want to use the APO or IBP, or they don't want both. They are ready to plan within the SAP itself under ECC system, or else like we are going to take a third party tool to plan our requirements. So it depends on your client requirement. So right now, these 2 points like APO and the IBP are 2 advanced points for us to discuss here. So I'm removing it. So here the second part, how we are going to plan means in a generalized way, we are going to receive the requirements in 2 ways, sir. In two ways, we are going to receive the requirements from the production perspective. So demand flow will be from two places. One is planned independent requirements. Shortly, it will be called as PIRs. And the second one is the sales order requirements. Sales order is nothing but certain customer or a specific customer is giving an order. With respect to that order, you are going to start your manufacturing process, sir. So with respect to that, we are going to start the manufacturing process. So like this, we are going to receive the requirements. So few people may ask, like few interviewers may ask, like this is the only way where I can create a planned order, I can convert into the production order. It's not possible for me. Is it not possible for me to create a production order manually? Means yes, you can create the production order manually as well, sir. Manually or interactively. Shortly, interactively. Few people will call like, can I create a production order interactively? Yes, you can create a production order interactively. So what is this interactively or manually? Means if you don't have sufficient data, okay, if you don't have sufficient data to forecast your future requirements and you are waiting for your customer, like without having a customer order, if you are not ready to start the manufacturing process, then you can create a production order manually, sir. You can create a production order manually now. So this is about a small overview with respect to the planning, in between which will sit in between your master data and the transactional data. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect, sir. Now let me go to the PP day 2. A small cycle we will do. So let me give the small cycle SFC. Let me take the first SFC, discrete manufacturing process only. Discrete manufacturing process. So I'll ask you each and every one the steps and everything. So what I'm going to make it clear here means we are going to make a brown bread. Like yesterday we have discussed the concept of the brown bread, correct? So we are going to discuss the same brown bread concept as well here. Okay. So in order to make the brown bread, I'll give the steps. Means before starting of your making of brown bread on the shop floor or in the bakery or in kitchen, we have to maintain complete data in SAP, sir. Then only we can start the manufacturing process. So the first step by step process of this one, step by step process for SFC without planning, sir. Without planning, I'm telling now. Nowhere I'm not using the planning. So try to follow the steps. First step. Sir, in order to make the brown bread, what we require, sir? List of ingredients. Am I correct? List of
Yes.
ingredients are required.
Sir,
So list of ingredients are required. So where we are going to create those list of requirements? Create the list of ingredients or materials, or else we'll do a cycle, sir. Create the list of components or materials which are required to make the cycle. We'll do cycle, sir. So here in bracket, classify it as finished material, semi-finished material, raw material as well. So whatever the materials you want to create those materials. First step. So once you are done, so this can be done with the transaction code MM01, sir. Like any activity which we are doing in the SAP will be called by transaction code, sir. So this is the transaction code. You have to remember the transaction codes for time being, sir. Okay.
Okay.
1 minute, guys. Okay, so this is the transaction code which we are going to use to create the material master. So the first step itself, creation of the material master. Once you are done with the creation of required materials, what we are going to create? We are going to create a BOM, correct? Create the BOM for the finished materials, sir. So here you can use the transaction code CS01. Okay, CS01, third step. Once you are done with the creation of the BOM, we require the work center. So remember that only once we'll create the work center. Only once. The same work center you can use for your remaining activities or for your remaining finished products making process. Like if you see in the kitchen, we are going to set up the kitchen equipments only once, correct? If there is any damage or any equipment is not able to use, then we are going to replace that particular equipment. But complete kitchen we are not going to replace. Am I correct? Complete kitchen, even in restaurants also, they won't replace their kitchenware equipments very regularly. If any equipment is not able to use further, then they will replace it. Similarly, in manufacturing organization also, they are not going to replace the work center every time. Like whenever they are not able to use the missions, like the missions replacement or any new product is going to be introduced and any extra work center is required, that time they will create a new work center, sir. Up to that time they are not going to create a new work center here. So for your purpose also, use only once, create only one work center. CR01 is the transaction code to create the work center, sir. So your material list of materials are there and your BOM is there and your work center is there, sir. So your work center is there. Then what we have to create the routing, correct? How your sequence of operations has to be performed in which work center and on which component, that we have to define in the work routing itself. So in the CA01, sir, you are done with the master data. Now we are creating the production order, sir. So before going to create the production order, a small point, sir. So in organization, in manufacturing organization, there will be like a stock movement, like with respect to the raw materials you are going to consume and with respect to the finished materials, means products which you are manufacturing, you are going to give these products to the inventory team. So stock will get updated if you have completed the manufacturing process, correct? Once once the
Yes, sir.
manufacturing process has been completed, stock will be increased with respect
Yes.
to the finished materials. But with respect to the raw materials which you have utilized or which you have used to make that final product, that inventory will come down, correct, sir?
Yes.
Huh. So in order to have a eye on a stock requirement list, I'm keeping a small notepad here, note point. So this is for your understanding purpose or for your analysis purpose, not for the subject point or for execution perspective. It's for our analysis purpose. Open the stock requirement list screen. If you see here, both I am representing how much stock is there and what is my requirement. Both I can see in one go with the transaction code MD04, sir. With the transaction code MD04, we are going to do. And the next, this is the note point, sir. Next point is create the production orders. Create the production order. So you are creating the production order either manually or interactively. So this can be done through CO02, sir, through CO02. Like after creating the production order, like somewhere you have created the production order in SAP, but how the communication will be passed to your production supervisor who is working on the shop floor, means you have to release the production orders, sir. We have different status with respect to the production orders. We have different status. So you have to release it. Then only my supervisor will consider the orders which are in the released status. If the order is in the created status, he won't consider that production order for that day of scheduling. If the order is in the released status, then he will consider that order for scheduling, sir. He will consider that order for scheduling. So release the order, okay, to start the manufacturing process. So this is CO01 for creation and for release, sir. In order to release the production order, you have to use the CO02, sir. Once after releasing your production order, we required the components, correct? We required few components to complete your cycle manufacturing. So in order to complete that manufacturing process, what we required? We required components. How we are going to get the required components? Get the required components to make the cycle. So this can be done. So for this, do the goods issue with the movement type 261 with the transaction code MIGO with the MIGO, sir. With the MIGO, you can do this. With the transaction code MIGO. You may have a doubt. What is this movement type? You may have a doubt. What is this movement type? Movement type will tell you from which place to which place you are moving the stock. From which place to which place you are moving the stock, sir. Movement type. So here you are doing the goods issue. Means goods issue means withdraw of the components from the inventory. Suppose your mother want to cook the chicken biryani. She has to withdraw the basmati rice from the shelf or from the tub or from the container, correct? Without taking the rice from the container, is it possible for her to make the biryani, sir?
No.
No. Similarly, I have to take the required components with the movement type 261. So you may have a doubt how system will come to know this, like this many components I have to give to this production order and this many components I have to give to this production order. You may have a doubt this, correct? So there is a small note point. Once you create the production order, what will happen means after creating the production order, a reservation number will be generated to reserve required respective components to reserve required respective components against the order, sir. Against the order. So when you are going to do the goods issue with respect to your production order, for this do the goods issue with respect to the production order. For this, do the goods issue with respect to the production order with the movement type 261. So that reservation number will be linked and whatever the components required that will be displayed in the MIGO, sir. We will do it. So here a small note point. After doing the goods issue under the component overview, withdrawn quantity will be updated. If you are not going to do the goods issue, sir, this will not be updated. So this is one thing which you have to note. And the next one, sir, like after completion, like you have taken the required components and your shop floor guys have started working on your respective components with their respective operations in the work centers. After completion of that, they will do the confirmation, sir. Confirmation of the production order. Confirmation of the production order. So this can be done through CO15. This is header level confirmation, sir. Header level confirmation means at the header material level we are doing, so no need of confirming operation, each and every operation. So we have a separate transaction code as well, confirming the production order operation wise as well. We will see it in our next cycle, sir. First try to get the grip on your initial cycle. So what will happen by after doing this confirmation means whatever the activities has to be complete in making of your cycle, all those operations has been completed. So no pending technical activities here. That is the confirmation, sir. So once you are done with this, we have to do the goods receipt. So goods receipt means your manufacturing process has been completed, and whatever the cycles you have manufactured, that you are going to give it to your respective storage location or to your inventory person. So from there your sales team will pick it up and they will sell it. So do the goods receipt with respect to the production order. So here again the movement is there. Why? Because you are sending the goods, correct, with the movement type 101, and the transaction code is migo, and the transaction code is migo. So once you are done with this note, stock will be updated against the finished material. So the last point, we can see the stock overview of the material or finished product, overview of the finished product through the MMBE transaction code, sir. So a small cycle where we are going to run, it's an end-to-end processor. It's an end-to-end process in the SAP, how we are going to create it. After setting your master data, we are going to create the production order, sir. We are going to create the production order. And then we are going to start the manufacturing process. Any doubts are in these steps? Like theoretically, I'm asking. Theoretically.
No, sir. Only one doubt, sir, here.
Yeah, tell me, sir, please.
So here, I think movement type 261 means some raw material stores to shop floor, no?
Yes, sir. Like when you are giving raw materials, I will tell you,
Yes.
sir.
Okay.
Two things will be there, sir. Let me highlight here. Goods issue and goods receipt, sir. Only these two only will be there for movement of your goods. Goods are nothing but either it may be a material or it may be a finished material, semi-finished material. It will be a product also, sir. Inventory, sir. Your inventory handling will be done on these 2 points only. Whenever you are doing the goods issue, sir, stock will be decreased. 1 minute, sir. Like, let me come down, sir. Here I'll keep goods issue. Stock will be decreased, sir. Goods receipt. Stock will be increased. Now you may have a doubt. So whenever you are doing the goods receipt, sir, against what I'm least bothered, your stock will be increased. Whenever you are doing the goods issue, against what? Don't see that. Your stock will be decreased, sir. So goods issue, I'm giving an example, sir, here. Against what we can do. So when we can do the goods issue, sir, like against the production order, correct? Like which you know, against the production order, or else against the delivery, correct? When you are giving the delivery,
Start the production.
against the delivery to the customer from the sales order when you are doing, or goods issued to the cost center, means you are withdrawing the components and you are doing the, you are giving the stock to your respective objects, sir. Very simple, sir. When you are withdrawing the amount, what will happen from your account? It will be reduced, correct?
Yes.
Against what you are doing doesn't matter. From ATM or you are transferring through the NEFT, or IMPS or RTGS or Google Pay or Phone Pay, or you are paying the credit card bill, doesn't matter. When you are doing some payment, your inventory will come down, money inventory, correct? Like when you are accepting the payments, your stock will be increased. Similarly, On what basis you can increase, you can accept the stock, sir? Like with respect to the production order. So why? Because after completion of the manufacturing process, you are going to submit the finished good stock. Am I correct here? With respect to the production order. Next, with respect to the purchase order, sir, like when your inventory team is purchasing required commodities for your manufacturing process, for that also my stock will get increased, correct? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
With respect to the return deliveries, okay, not require this, it's too early. So these 2 points are enough, sir. Or through the STO process, stock transfer, through stock transfer order process, your stock will be increased. So if it is in a goods issue, your stock will go down. If it is in a goods receipt, your stock will be increased. So in our production scenario here, it's in an end-to-end scenario, two things are happening. Goods issue with respect to the lower level materials, whatever the materials required for you, those materials you people are withdrawing, and whatever the materials required, those materials, like whatever the materials required, those materials you are manufacturing, correct? Clear, guys?
Right.
Those material stock is getting increased. Any doubt here?
Understood.
Yeah,
No,
guys, don't hesitate,
no,
please ask.
no, I have one doubt here in the top ones. Can you go to the point number 5, please?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Sir, here you have given the detailed creation of production order either manually or interactively. So
Yeah.
after creation of the production order itself, the reservation will be taking, or after confirmation of, sorry, after releasing.
No, that's why I mentioned my note point here itself. After creating the production order itself, my reservation number is going to create it, not after releasing. Before releasing itself, your reservation will be created. Okay.
Okay.
It's not about the release.
Okay, then if I have created a production order and I have let it so that if I will be releasing later, or else I got a hold. So when if we create a material for the same other item for production order which is required by the other customer, so will it affect the reservation of to that number?
No, sir. Just like first on first come serve basis.
Then it's fine. Okay.
First on first come serve basis. Suppose I have 1,000 quantity, 1,000 tires are there. Chakradhar sir has created a production order for 10 cycles. So 20 tires, it will get reserved there.
Okay.
And Shushant Patoli came and he created for 20 cycles, 40 tires it will reserve. And you have created now 2 production orders are there. Now Shivapranit came and he created for 30 cycles. So first Shivapranit has started the work. So straight away I'll give to the Shivapranit 60 tires. I won't wait for Chakradhar or I won't wait for Shushant. It won't consider like that. But there will be a start date and end date for your production orders, sir. So whatever the orders falling in between those days, all those orders for that it will get reserved. So it won't make sense for me, like whatever the production orders I have created last week, I won't release those orders. Means I have to release those orders now. As per the plan only, we'll create the orders.
Yes.
In advance, even they are going to create, it will be with the future dates. So the orders which are there in the future dates, I won't release in the last week itself. Like whenever the time is going to come, in that time only I will release the orders, correct?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
This is like a batch you're creating, some batch,
It's not batch, sir. It's
No.
a reservation number.
a unique number you're creating for that.
Yes, each and every transactional data is unique, sir.
Unique, right?
Unique. That's why yesterday I have taken your banking example to
Yes.
make it very clear. If you are making the same transaction, what you have did few minutes back, even they are going to make the same transaction to the same person, the same amount from the same net banking, your number will change, reference number. Similarly, if you are going to create the same production order for the cycle by different users in the same organization under the same plant, my production order numbers will change, sir. My reservation numbers will change. There is no point of having the same number under the transactional data, which will make a problem in the auditing. Not only in the SAP, anywhere, if you see the transactional data, each and every transaction will have a unique number. It won't have the common number, sir. Clear?
Yes, clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Still any doubts for remaining guys? Still any doubts? No? Okay. So before going into the SAP, sir, let me give few commands here, like which are going to be useful for your navigation purpose in the SAP. So here, to log on into the SAP, you required user ID, sir, and password. These two are required. So how we are going to get the user ID and password means your logon screen will looks like. So let me go into here. So your login screen will looks like this, sir. Here you have to enter the user ID and the password. Here the client will be there. We will discuss about the client organization structure story is there. But once you are familiar with the cycle, we will discuss the organization structure on one weekend, sir. Especially on weekend only. We are not going to waste times on the weekdays for the organization structure where a PP consultant role is negligible. But to understand the SAP organization structure from the hierarchy perspective, you require that, sir. So right now, user ID and password. You have to enter the user ID and password to log in into SAP, sir. To log in into SAP, you require user ID and password. So let me make it in your notepad. So enter your user ID and password. So my user ID, I'm going to enter, and password also. So by tomorrow, I will arrange your user IDs and password. So user ID, my user ID is 29 user 50, and the password. So this is your regular screen, sir. Your SAP login screen means not login screen, your SAP easy access screen. So this is the command bar where you are going to enter your transaction code, sir. Transaction code means right now I have given some transaction codes, like to create the material, to create the bomb, everything we are going to enter here only, sir. So here, like if you enter the MM01, straight away system will take you to the creation of the material master, sir. Suppose if you want to come back, if you want to come back from this screen, yes, you can use this arrow mark, back arrow mark. Either you can use F3 as well, or you can click on this arrow. So click on this. You can back to here. Suppose I have not remembered the transaction code. Is it possible for me to get the same screen means? Yes. Through the navigation, you can go, sir. So we will fall under the logistic. Click on this arrow mark, logistic, and we belongs to the production department. Click on the production. Right now, you want to create the material master. So material master will come under the master data, correct?
Yes.
Click on the material master. Sorry, click on the master data. Right now, here we have the material master. Click on the material master. So right now you want to create the material. Click on this material. So create special is there, general is there. Follow the general. Click on this MM01 immediately. If you double click on this, system will take you to the same screen only, sir. This is another way of getting your material master creation screen. Not only material master creation screen, you can get any object like this. So for few users, this transaction code may not display here. So for this, what type of setting you have to maintain means, here we have extras, sir. In the menu, we have the extras. Click on the extras and we have the settings, sir. Click on the settings. If you see in this dialog box, display technical names. If checkbox is checked, square one is called checkbox, sir. Round one is called radio button. If it is the checkbox, you can check all the checkboxes. If it is the radio button, you can select only one radio button, sir. So right now this display technical names checkbox is activated for me. So that's why I am able to see the MM01 transaction code here. If suppose if your checkbox is not checked, see, just I'm expanding again. It won't show any transaction code, sir. Just I'm coming drop down again to the same path under the materials, general. So it is showing only immediately, but your transaction code is not showing here, sir. Your transaction code is not showing. So if you want to display your transaction code along with your description, the only setting which you have to maintain under extras, settings, display technical names, check this checkbox, press enter. So if you see here, it will be displayed your transaction code again. So is it clear how to display your transaction code in the navigation path? In the navigation path by checking the under the extras, settings, display technical names. Is it clear, guys, for everyone?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that is one thing. And one other thing. So this is, you are in one session, sir. Suppose I have opened the MM01 transaction code and I don't want to close this. I want to open another session. So you can use /o, /o, followed by any transaction code, or else I don't want to enter the transaction code. Why? Because I have not remembered. Just I want to open the SAP easy access screen. Just enter the /o and press enter. Click on generate, sir. It will open your SAP easy access screen, and from your navigation path you can get another transaction, like whatever the activity you have to do, that activity. Suppose I want to go for the production, or like under the master data only I want to create the bomb. So go to the bill of material, material bomb CS01, click on this. So now you can see two screens. One is material master screen, another is the create bomb material screen, correct? If you don't want to close the present session and if you want to open the new session, you can use the /o. If you don't know the transaction code, press enter. Easy access screen will be opened. If you know the transaction code /o followed by the transaction code CR01, press enter. It will open straight away create work center. Now if you see here, create material master screen, create material bomb, create work center. See, 3 sessions have opened parallelly. So like this, you can open 6 sessions more. /o CO01, create production order. Okay, see, that is wrong. CO01, create production order, /o CA01. This is for creation of your routing, and /o MIGO for doing the goods issue or goods receipt. So this is the screen. If you are going to open another session like /o CO15 for the confirmation, system is telling that, sorry, have reached to the maximum number of SAP GUI sessions. So it's not possible to open one more session. So if you have a look, 6 sessions you have opened. One, create material master screen. And the second one is create your bomb, create work center third, create routing fourth, create production order, goods receipt. So like this, you can open the 6 sessions. So now I want to open another session, but I don't want to keep one session live. Suppose I don't want goods receipt, but I want to open another session. You can enter /n, sir, to close that particular session. /n to close that particular session. If you know the transaction code, just enter the transaction code, sir. I know CA21, press enter. So that session has been closed. Which one? Goods receipt, BIGO screen. Suppose I don't want production order creation screen also. I want to open another screen. I want to create a purchase order. So /n ME21N. Suppose I don't know the transaction code. Sorry. I don't know the transaction code. I know only the, I want to close it. So /n, press enter. It will come back to your SAP easy access, sir. From here, you can open anything. Suppose logistic, I want to create the purchase order. It will come under the material management, under the purchasing. So this is the purchase order. Create ME21N. Double click on this. The screen will be opened to creation of purchase orders. So these are the different activities which we are going to do. So coming back, so you want to come out of this one, just click on this. Just it will come to the create routing like your old screen. You can click back. It will come to the SAP easy access. So these are the few command bars which will help you to navigate in between the screens, sir. So here also you can see the transaction codes at the bottom of the screen. If you see, I have my user ID, system, client, user, program, and the transaction, response time, interpretation time, everything you can see. So right now you are in the SAP easy access screen. So the transaction is showing as session manager. Suppose if you have opened CH01, so it will show the transaction as CH01, sir, creation of the routing. Suppose in this screen, like you have opened one activity, and in this screen, if you are going to use mm01, system won't allow, sir. Request function mm0 is not available. Why? Because already you are in one session. Either you have to use the forward slash and followed by the transaction code, or forward slash o followed by the transaction code. Then only system will allow forward slash and mm01. Now system will allow you to open the create material master screen. Is it clear, sir, for everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So,
clear.
so let me list out those points here. So for tomorrow's class, go through all those points and be familiar, sir. So forward slash o. To open the new session, forward slash o followed by any transaction code. Example, forward slash o mm01. Okay. To open new screen along with the activity, forward slash n. To close the present session, forward slash n. Followed by the transaction code. Example, forward slash n cs01. To close the present session and to open the new session. To open the new screen or new session, without closing the old session, sir. To come back, F3 function key you can use, or green color arrow mark. Next, to come out of SAP, forward slash and ex, sir. Ex means exit. So how many sessions you have opened doesn't matter. Forward slash and ex completely will be out of the SAP. Single session is also not there in active mode, sir. Got it? Again, to log in, double click, enter your user ID and password. That's it, sir. Any doubts?
No, no.
Nothing?
Sir, no.
Okay. Perfect, sir. If you don't have doubts, then we'll connect tomorrow and then we will start our execution of the cycle, sir. Slowly. So tomorrow I'm going to complete this cycle, sir. And then we are going to divide each and every object. Creation of the material master in how many ways, what is the analysis, what are the different transaction codes, reports, tables, everything will segregate, sir. So this is for our understanding purpose, this cycle. So just I want to give an outline what we are doing in SAP and how it is getting generated the records. So tomorrow we are going to execute this complete cycle. Okay. And I'll arrange your SAP server access as well. If you know doubts, then we can close the session for today, sir. I'll mail your day 1 and day 2 again. Why? Because in day 1 I have added few things. In day 2 completely related to your SFC, sir. Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yes,
yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yes, sir, yes.
Sir,
Yeah,
please
yeah.
tell me something, sir.
No, not
If
like
you are idea, if you are sitting silence, like it will be a big question mark for me. As
No,
of
no,
now,
no,
what I
sorry.
have provided, is it clear or not with these guys?
Yeah, yes,
Yes, yes.
it's
Okay.
clear.
Tomorrow when we do it on the screen, then we'll understand.
Practical,
We'll have
then
doubts.
we will
Exactly,
understand
sir.
it better.
Practical, sir. Like tomorrow, I'll go step by
Yeah,
step,
yeah.
sir. Step 1, what
Okay.
I have discussed here, the same thing I will show. Step 2, what we have discussed, the same thing I will show. But right now, it will give an a glimpse view only, sir,
Yeah,
but not
yeah,
an a
yeah.
clear
Yes.
picture.
Some understanding we got.
Yes, sir. So this note points, everything you tomorrow you are going to analyze. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Chalo then, guys. Bye. Good night. Take care.
Yeah, sir. Good night. Good night. Bye, sir. Good night.
Bye. Bye.